we have the player from STIE Olympians roll, the newly acquired player to join the roster of the Nationals. We have a King loyalist here with a win rate of 25%. The total picks niya is King and Gigas. Not so much luck with the Gigas to actually, brought him all these points that he currently has.
Exactly, and this man has already gone by many names. One of them is the Rainmaker. He has been such an exciting athlete to watch in these last few episodes. But as you mentioned, he is a very, very loyal person to King, much like NatureLover, who is also incredibly loyal to Julia and has a edge in this matchup, having a 2-0 lead.
And of course, yes, that is true that Rock and Roll really is a joy to watch. He has a very stylish play style. But we also have to take into consideration that it's the win that really counts here in the Nationals. Yes, we love how you've been using your King, how you've been showing us this multi-throws, all those combos that we really wanted to see. Actually, some of which we haven't seen before, but would really love to see more wins coming from Rock and Roll.
Yeah, I mean, it's Rock and Roll. He's had a bit of an issue with the closing out part of his matches. He does have very, very exciting and very explosive early momentum. It's just he needs to close it out a bit more, and I would say a lot cleaner as well, because there were some crumbs on the table, so to speak, and especially against the likes of NatureLover, who just loves to abuse the minor details, the very small details of the game.
Yes, that is true. And the Rock and Roll cannot afford to fall into that trap. Unfortunately, yes, he does really well during the first portion of the race. Pero when it comes to nasa bandang home stretch, medyo he falls short. So that is something that he needs to work on. He needs to, like what you said, close it out.
He's doing the pose, he's giving a lot of love for all those Jaguar mains. And as I mentioned in the previous episode, Jaguar mains, incredibly talented bunch. It's amazing how so well cultured these men are. The execution absolutely on point.
And no bias on your side.
Oh, of course. Only objectivity here. There's no such thing as a bias.
And I would have to agree with you that Jaguar users really are a men of culture, and someone that you really have to respect and look up to. But then again, this is NatureLover that he's going up against.
That's true.
He is not the He's not the coach of Signal Ultra Warriors for nothing.
Exactly. And he loves nature, but I think he's gonna go out and go jaguar hunting this time around. He just really wants to cement his place even further in the standings.
Well, for all we know, he will be punishing King for taking off that jaguar's head and using it as a mask.
Yikes. That's a very scary prospect here, but once again, Rock and Roll, maybe we'll see a bit of an evolution coming from him. It has been 7 long episodes, and I think to some extent he has been repeating a lot of the tech he's been doing. So maybe he has a surprise in his bag.
And of course, I'm really looking forward to Rainmaker here. There's an early throw.
I love that.
For a flip. Nice. Whew. That micro duck to a launch.
Exactly. The flash duck, super impressive here. Not looking too good after that Kiniko Buster, but that counter hit actually going for the just frame here. Rock and Roll, he has a chance. He has the pixel comeback.
Well, he
closer, he gets it. Remember, Rock 316. Never count me out. He key charges. He's feeling it. He deserves that. Let's go.
That counter hit. Act 1-2.
Uh-oh. It does look like NatureLover is turning up the heat, and that's a quick round for him as well. It's like, you know what? You had your fun. I'm gonna have mine.
Here's the taunt back at ya. Nice counter hit there. Elbow drop. What's the mix-up? Let's go. You see the way Rock and Roll is positioning himself. He wants NatureLover's back against the wall. He really wants to push him. But then again, NatureLover being smart, bringing it back to the center of the stage, to the other side. And
did you see that? Oh my goodness. That was wall to wall. My goodness, Julia, such a terrorizing character, but rock and roll, he's far from out. Beautiful low pair. He's like, you know what? I'll take you to the wall, but Nature Lover's not having any of that. Into the shotgun rolls, beautiful micro duck into the back 1-2, and giant swing. If he doesn't tech it, this is gonna hurt like hell.
No tech! Ooh.
Oh, and the mix-up. Once again, those mix-ups are so powerful, and it's already guaranteed to see him at the wall. What's for breakfast? No punish by rock and roll.
Oh my god! And actually, Nature Lover didn't use the rage, didn't go for a rage art, didn't go for a rage drive. I was actually expecting for him to do that because that would have gotten the job done.
Exactly, and that was a little risky going for the Wild Rising 4 there, especially the fact that King does have a very damaging 14-frame Punisher, but just one of those moments where you're caught up with a lot of things, and I think he wasn't prepared for that because, once again, Julia, a mix-up monster. You have to be mentally prepared to punish things, and that's just something a lot of people tend to overlook, while watching these elite-level games.
I mean, probably it's the trickster or the monster inside Nature Lover that, you know what, I'm not gonna finish it just yet, I'm not gonna use my rage, I'm gonna play with your mind. I want you to be in a position wherein I would do a mix-up and I'll let you guess what it's gonna be.
And exactly, like moving forward into this set, Rock and Roll might already have that in his memory bank. It's like, oh, that's already imprinted in Rock and Roll that, oh, he doesn't go immediately for the rage. He doesn't use it. So that just adds another layer to the Oki situation at the wall in that specific circumstance.
And that is really scary, considering all these facts that we are trying to learn, or basing it on how Nature Lover has been making these videos. Again, he's only one more match away from taking another 3 points off of this set, and that is really scary. How will Nature Lover play the next match? Will he secure the 2-0, or does Rock and Roll have an answer to that?
And Rock and Roll, I wouldn't be surprised if he brought out the Gigas, but I wouldn't be surprised either if he stuck with the King. Nature Lover once again really capitalizing on the fact that he's essentially labbed the playstyle of Rock and Roll. But I love the curveballs that Rock and Roll has been throwing. That muscle buster at the start of the round, it's like, you know what? That's not a mix-up. I'm just gonna do it.
Right, and these are the things that, as we mentioned before, this entire set, it's really a joy to watch Rock and Roll at play.
Right now, Rock and Roll looking quite sharp here with his defense and his poking, but Nature Lover already doing such a great job of trying to steal it away from him. Again, that mix-up, that move isn't safe, but it's pseudo plus because of its follow-ups. Rock and Roll has to be careful. He is giving Nature Lover a little space run.
There's the DDT, went for a low kick, but no, Nature Lover is already up. Bow and arrow, one more mix-up, and there is the elbow to the face.
Oh my goodness, Nature Lover just continuing the momentum. What do you think Rock and Roll can do in this situation?
He needs to put a stop on the party. He needs to crash the party that is Nature Lover. How he'd do that, I'm not sure. There's the Mad Axis. One more mix-up again with a down 4 or 7 golden letters for Nature Lover.
Rock and Roll, he is a bit of he's against the ropes right now, the theoretical and the imaginary ropes, but that beautiful down forward one here just to stop Nature Lover from whatever he was trying to do here. And oh, what a big read with a gut punch. Gonna lead to some considerable damage onto the side of Nature Lover.
This might be the break that he is waiting for, but unless he closes it out again, just to reiterate on what you said earlier, close it out.
He really has to. Because this life lead, it's dwindling. Nature Lover abusing the fact that this bonus damage from Rage and the Oki, the deceptive kick, to get another 2-0 for Nature Lover.
That's a total of 6 points for today, catapulting him 6th place in the rankings. This is unofficial, we are yet to see it. But then again, congratulations, Nature Lover.
Champion.